Let's talk about changing your life. But forget about forcing it, forget about sheer willpower. We're going to talk about something way smarter, something that actually lasts. Today, we're handing you the blueprint to become the architect of you. I mean, does this sound familiar? You've got these huge ambitions. You can practically see the person you want to be, but then you just freeze. You tell yourself, okay, tomorrow's the day, but tomorrow ends up being a carbon copy of today. It's this incredibly frustrating loop of feeling ambitious but also completely stuck. But what if I told you that's not a personal failing, it's not a character flaw, it's just a design problem? You see, most of us, without even thinking, we grab the wrecking ball. We go for brute force, huge, sudden changes, all fueled by motivation and, let's be honest, a lot of guilt when it all comes crashing down. But there is a better way. The architect's approach? Well, it's about smart design, about small, consistent steps, and about having the patience to build something that's actually going to last. So let's trade in that wrecking ball for a proper blueprint. Okay, so first things first, before we can start building anything, we have to understand the old demolition site. Why does that wrecking ball approach feel so intuitive, so natural, even when we know it never really works? And this right here, this is the trap. This endless, exhausting cycle of ambition, then avoidance, then guilt. We make these gigantic promises to ourselves, usually when we're feeling down, hoping for some massive, overnight transformation. But here's the problem. Motivation is just a feeling, and you can't build a whole new life on an emotion that completely disappears by the time you've had breakfast. So why on earth are we wired like this? Well, here's some good news. Your brain isn't broken. It's not trying to sabotage you. It's just running on, let's say, very, very old software. See, it has this secret, ancient mission that often gets in the way of our modern goals. Pure, simple survival. Every single habit you have, the good ones and the bad ones, runs on this exact same neurological loop. There's a cue, a trigger that sparks a craving. That craving drives a response, an action, and that action delivers a reward. The more you repeat this loop, the more automatic it becomes. And your brain absolutely loves that because automatic means saving precious energy. And this is where dopamine enters the picture. Now, we all call it the pleasure chemical, but it's much more accurate to call it the wanting chemical. It doesn't spike when you get the reward, it spikes before you act, in anticipation of it. That's why just the idea of a new notification on your phone can feel so incredibly addictive. It's the chase, the anticipation that powers the whole habit loop. So here's the big, crucial reframe. When you avoid that difficult task, your brain isn't trying to make you fail. It sees the effort, it sees the uncertainty, the possibility of failure, and its ancient programming flags all of that as a threat. So it offers you an easy way out, like scrolling on your phone, which gives it a quick, predictable reward. Your procrastination isn't laziness, it's just a misplaced survival instinct. So if going big and making massive changes is out, what's the alternative? Well, it's all about the truly astonishing power of getting just 1% better. Think about it like this. A plane takes off from New York, heading to LA. If the pilot adjusts the nose of the plane by just 3 degrees, a tiny, almost unnoticeable change, that small adjustment compounded over thousands of miles means the plane will land in a completely different country. And it's the exact same for your habits. A tiny shift in your daily trajectory can steer your entire life to a whole new destination. So what does getting 1% better every day actually look like on paper? Well, it's kind of mind-blowing. If you improve by just 1% each day for a single year, you don't end up 365% better. You end up nearly 38 times better. That's the incredible power of compounding. But, and this is a really big but, there's a catch. In the beginning, your efforts feel, well, they feel invisible. You're putting in the work, but you're not seeing any results. This is known as the valley of disappointment, and it is incredibly tempting to just give up right here. This is the real test, because the most powerful results in life are always delayed. Patience is your price of admission. So how do you push through that valley without quitting? You use the 2-minute rule. The idea is brilliant in its simplicity. Make your new habit so easy to start that it feels ridiculous to say no. So read before bed just becomes read 1 page. Go for a run becomes put on my running shoes. That's it. You're not trying to master the full habit right away. You're just mastering the art of showing up. The rest, it'll follow. Okay, so you've nailed the art of showing up. Fantastic. Now what? The next step is to really start thinking like an architect. You need to design your environment so that your good habits aren't just an option, they're the easiest possible option. This all comes down to one word: friction. The more steps something takes, the more effort it requires, the less likely you are to do it. So you have to prime your environment. Want to work out first thing? Lay out your clothes the night before. Want to read more books? Literally put the book on your pillow. The goal is to make the right choice the most obvious, most convenient choice. And of course, the exact opposite is true for bad habits. Here, you want to increase the friction. You want to make them inconvenient. Want to watch less TV? When you're done, unplug it and put the remote in a drawer in another room. Find yourself scrolling too much? Leave your phone in a different room when you need to focus. You want to design things so the path of least resistance is the path you actually want to be on. So we have our small, consistent actions and a smart environment. But the final tool in our blueprint, this one might be the most powerful of all: learning to master the world inside your own head. This is all about learning to create a little bit of space between a trigger and your action. You see, a reaction is instant. It's emotional, it's impulsive. But a response is different. It's deliberate, it's calm, it's chosen. So when you feel that urge or that craving, the goal isn't to fight it. It's just to notice it. That little bit of awareness creates a pause. And inside that pause, that's where you find your power to choose. So what happens when you slip up? Because you will. We all do. Well, the wrecking ball approach hits you with a wave of shame. But shame never inspires lasting change. It just traps you in a cycle of rebellion. The architect's path is self-compassion. So instead of thinking, I'm so weak, you just reframe it to, okay, I ate more than my body needed. All of a sudden, it's not a moral failure anymore. It's just a data point. And that sparks curiosity, not an internal war. You can even practice this sense of control with specific phrases. Let's say you're in a conversation and someone keeps interrupting you. Instead of reacting and fighting for airtime, just calmly pausing and saying, "I'll wait," can totally shift the dynamic. You're not giving in. You're quietly demonstrating that you are the one who is in control of your inner state. All right, we've gathered our tools, we've got the 1% rule, we've got environmental design, and we have inner mastery. Now it's time to put all of these pieces together. It's time to make the final and honestly the most important shift of all. You see, real lasting behavior change happens on 3 different levels. Most of us get stuck way up at the top on level 1, focusing on outcomes, the result we want to get. Some of us make it to level 2, focusing on the process, the system we follow. But the deepest, most permanent change, that happens all the way down at level 3, identity. It's about changing what you fundamentally believe about yourself. And this is the ultimate goal of the architect's approach. You stop obsessing over the outcome and you start focusing on the person you are becoming. Every time you go for a run, you're not just running, you are casting a vote for the identity of I am a runner. Every time you write one page, you're casting a vote for I am a writer. Your habits literally build your identity one action at a time. And when your behavior and your identity are finally aligned, you don't have to force anything anymore. You're simply being who you are. Look, the wrecking ball promises a quick fix, but it always leaves you standing in the rubble of your failed attempts. The architect's path, it's slower, it's more deliberate, but it builds something real, something that actually lasts. So the question is no longer, why can't I change? The real question is, what are you going to build first?